So I got these in the mail yesterday and I cannot wait to go and throw them against the Glitch because this is the new Discmania Cloudstone, the Discmania prototype Spore. I don't think anyone really knew what it was until they announced the Spore, obviously, maybe a couple weeks back. And I just can't wait to get out and throw it. So we're doing 2 Johnny Putter reviews in a row. Today we're at the second most popular disc golf course in the world, I believe. A local pitch and putt here in Denver. And I'm gonna try to get the first ace with the Cloudstone. I haven't seen one yet. Honestly, the feel is a little deeper than the Glitch. And we'll really take a good profile look at these in a second. But really, we're just gonna play 18 holes. I think my record here in this series, Johnny Putter Reviews, is 15 down. We'll see if we can do any better with that. These are both pretty new Neutron Glitches. We got a fancy Mania Night one, and then this one is not a Mania Night one, but it's also similar colored. So shout out Discmania for sending these out. I'm really intrigued to see how these fly. We'll throw Glitches first. We're gonna throw all 4 of them every time. Oh, nice and wide. Wow, they just glide for days. There's the Glitch, too glidey. And now first shot with the Spore. I think I'm gonna flex it a little bit. We do have a headwind, but it seems to be, feels more overstable slightly. Ooh, that is, oh, this might be the Glitch OS everyone wants. Wow, yeah, touch of flex and it comes out of it and glides left. If you guys have been here for a while, you know my forehand has been trash for the past couple months. We will still try to forehand them a little bit, but those first flights were more promising than I expected, to be completely honest with you. That feels better. I did not think that Discmania was gonna be making a Glitch. Obviously, after the popularity, it would make sense that a lot of companies are gonna try to replicate. We're gonna have to air these out a couple times and really see how they glide against one another. But first flights, I might honestly prefer the Spore. I don't know, it'll depend on how they fight the wind. Also, I think it's important to say I'm not being paid for this, no money exchange hands, they just sent me these out. I have a good relationship with actually both companies. Discmania sends me more stuff, but I like both of them a lot. All right, hole 2, 200. They're finding a disc. Cloudstone first. Wow, that thing's kind of overstable. Oh, geez, way far. Very glidey. Nope. Dang. Oh, way too straight. And that's better. Wow, way straighter. Whew. All right, tried to rip them fast. Got some people behind me who'll be throwing through. That way if I get hit, I got it on camera and we can sue them. First one just went so far. It was just so glidey. As you guys saw, it like held overstability even more than the Glitches. I don't know if they're actually gonna be very overstable at all. And it might actually be similar to the Kratos versus Luna, where one was more like a X version than an OS version. Oh, gross. I really thought that the Spore feeling slightly deeper in my hand would make it a little less comfortable. It also feels slightly rounder, so I think it makes it feel equally comfortable, honestly. After this hole, we'll rip through real fast and then we'll show you the profile views of these. So interested to see like this year, how many companies try to come out with a Glitch like disc, which personally, I don't really find a problem with. I can definitely understand like from a consumer perspective that you don't want like 10 of the same discs on the market that you want to choose. But I think that's where it's hard because you can't really like patent a disc. You can patent the technology, but the shape, like they're slightly different. And so they're going after the same or similar flight, and they probably base it off of one another, but it's not the same. Those little differences, like in the Zone versus the Toro versus the Tactic, like people will choose because of that, and then people also, if they do like them all equally, they'll just choose with the brand that they like the most, or which one is the cheapest, and honestly, that might help to drive competition, or price competition in the space, which might be better for consumers, so I see it both ways. 273, kind of the farthest hole out here, little rip with the Glitch. Oh yeah. So like these ones, these are newer Neutron ones. They have that like, I threw them on a touch of hyzer flip and then they do ride back. But this one I think to get there, I'll try to throw one on hyzer my second, but this one I'm flex a little bit. Okay, okay, it is straighter when you throw it hard. That makes sense. But it's more dumpy when you throw a hyzer. Interesting. That first Spore showed me a decent bit because it did really just hold it and never even thought about getting back left, but it didn't really drift, or it didn't turn, it just drifted, which I've been making this distinction a little bit in more recent videos where drifting is more, it stays the same like level to the horizon and just moves to the right on a backhand or to the left on a forehand. Whereas turning, it like goes from here to here and it like moves that way. So I don't know if that's a distinction that makes any sense, But it makes sense to me. I think that really shows the difference there. I don't know if there are flight numbers for this, but if the glitch is 1700, I might give this 170.5 or even 1701 so far, these first 6 throws. Ooh. Oh man. Putting with glitches will always be weird because I don't want to juice them because they can go far, because if you spin them, they just go. But they're so light that they feel so angle sensitive. Excuses out of the way for now for putting. Whatever happens, happens. 1 down through 3 with both of them. This is probably the hole that I want to ace the most out of here. It's pretty. Nice, easy turnover. Okay. Throw it slow enough, they will straighten out on you. But they'll also drift. For Spore ace, right here, Mania night. Wow, that really caused some stability. That was surprising. I thought I threw it perfect, like that one. Let's freaking go. Man, it feels good to make the correction, baby. That first one, I thought I did it. And then typically you think you do it and it's like, oh, let me make the correction. And it's like all out of whack. We freaking did it, dude. Let's go. I don't think we've like actually aced with one of these discs in these videos yet. Gosh, a little air bounce putt. Oh, I'll tell you what, Simon and Eagle are gonna have a field day with these glitches, obviously. And just based on the fact that Simon prefers to throw proxies over MVs and Eagle prefers MVs over proxies, I think Eagle might have even preferred these. So maybe one of the new parachutes, which is the streamline glitch, or the Axiom pitch. Oh, I can't believe I remember those names. The Simon effect is so real. Because of that, they might have one that's more overstable, and once those come out, I will definitely be reviewing them. This poor man. If I'm gonna bag a glitch like disc, just after these first 4 holes, it's gonna be that one right now. All that being said, glitch still has the box because it's the only one that birdied. 2-1. Oh, that's so juiced. It is so easy that if you just like spin your wrist correctly, snap it out of your first finger, they just go forever. Like you don't even have to throw them hard. So good. Way more overstable. Oh gosh. Whew. That is surprising. Like it'll nose up stall, whereas the glitch just nose up, goes straight. Well, it will turn though. So it seems to very much like to hold lines. I do wonder if you can throw it farther. These are like 3 grams heavier, but I think I have a 151 and 152 glitch and a 156 and 157 Spore. So I'm glad I can do math about 3 grams. Also, Spore's honestly a pretty good name for this type of disc, because like you think of it, you think of small and floaty. And that's kind of what this is. Alrighty, so we'll kind of throw this, the Anheuser line, and just kind of show you the difference of how much anti you have to put on them. 274 they call it. So that was flat, not Anheuser at all. Got down there though. Man, they just want to go. Like it's just kind of gonna ride and never come out of it and hit those guys. 4! Oh, good. Wow. I just almost kicked in. So very similar Anheuser. No, it's not. So it might even be like more like just angle reliant. Like the glitch will turn on the angles and like you hit it hard enough it'll flip up. Thrown flat or hyzer, it seems to have more stability, but thrown on Anheuser, it maybe holds it, maybe just has more angle integrity. That's so interesting. So that's thrown hard. Okay, that one might be more of a stable action. Maybe it's the difference in the discs. Because that one, a little less Anheuser, but flattened out. More testing will have to be done. And I forgot in my haste of the ace to show you the profile, so we'll do that here next. So kind of what we're looking at here against one another is almost similar depths. The Spore might be ever so slightly deeper, and I'm gonna put the party lines up against one another. It looks like the Spore is like more domey, like very subtly, but has a little bit more of just like a dome, whereas this tends to be a little flatter like most MVP discs. And then from the parting line down, there seems to just be a little bit of extra disc, but a very similar shape, except that the Spore is more rounded before it gets to like the flattening off, whereas this is not quite beveled, but almost. I honestly don't think this equates to too much hand feel difference, but so far only one of them's gone in the basket. Both of them gone in the basket now. Oh my gosh. Wow, I feel like I can't dial in like the 5-foot ranges. It's like 30 feet increments. I think I'm gonna throw flat. Or as flat as I can. Ooh. I could do it. Both of them going? Whew. Oh, I thought I was gonna get them both to go in the basket in the span of 4 holes. The flight is not that different. It very much, just like the Kratos and the Luna, is like the Berg and the Berg X. A little more of a stable, obviously different companies. They weren't, well, they're going after similar things. An incredibly fun set of discs to throw. Also, being sponsored by Infinite, you can pick these guys up. The Spore, not yet, though it's parked. The Glitch, I'll leave linked down below, and I'll leave Discmania's site on Infinite so that when the Spore does come out, if you're watching this review, you can go and snag one from there. Hey, we corrected. The next hole is the hole I always force the forehand, so we'll show you a couple attempts at a forehand, no promises. All right, basket straight ahead there. Glitch still maintaining the box, doesn't want to give it up. I'm gonna try to put him on this much hyzer and like pop the wrist mostly. And I think it'll pop up to flat and maybe drift. This one I think will pop up to flat and maybe finish. Dude, that's crazy. Those are so good. Maybe a little flatter even then. Okay, definitely hit it flatter. Okay, these kind of work when literally all I'm focusing on is just the wrist action. A little harder. Now finish. Oh, it started to. I just threw it into the tree. Those all went significantly better than I thought, but you definitely have to be a hyzer flippy forehander. If you're trying to force these over, I think you might be screwed. All right, straight ahead. 240. There is the hyzer you can play between the trees, or you can try to kind of go around. I almost kind of want to go over this first tree and see what happens. Oh, there's too many people here. We'll just kind of try to throw the anhyzers and park one and then ace the other. That's a great shot for the Glitch. Sit. Oh, kind of sat down. Okay, got more stable. Sit. That might be in the creek. Oh, we held on. Let's go. Uh-oh, first one's in the water. Oh, the black one's in the water too. I needed some overstability here. We're coming up, so we'll just put this real fast. It's so good, baby. We got the Glitch stick. These are the most porous shoes ever made. I think I just walk out there, honestly. Never mind. Don't even need the Glitch stick. All right, Spore definitely has the box now. Kind of just want to throw it flat to the right of that tree and make sure it gets right of the tree, because I do want to try to throw these in. That was impressive. Much better. Yeah. A couple of wet glitches coming at you. Trying to retake some of the scoring here. Oh, slippy. All right, we're playing a new par 3 from, this is the tee pad. This is my disc right here. Hey, at least we're saving par, you know? So through 10 holes, I still kind of stand that I might prefer to throw the Cloudstone. Maybe I just prefer the Spore. Ooh, that's a rollout, that's sick. Maybe I just prefer the Spore because it's a little more of a stable and my throw's a little more inconsistent, so it seems to be slightly more torque resistant. Something about it, man. Like, it just seems like you throw much better hyzers with it. They go way too far though. All right, Glitch. Yeah, it just doesn't hold, that's in the water. It's so in the water. Oh my gosh. But the Glitch does have some weird torque resistance because it doesn't seem to like be flipping while it goes straight. It just doesn't really want to move left or right. And the Spore wants to move a little bit more left to right, more like a typical disc, but still kind of in the range of acceptability for like a 1-speed type movement. Thank you, tree. Big shout out to whoever lost the disc before me and left this stick here. Oh no, come on. Oh no, it's so light. Whoa, thank you so much. Yeah. I think what I realized on some of those throws is there do tend to be like stabilities of discs that your throw is more catered towards. Mine seems to be ones that'll either hold the hyzer or flip up, and like my stock hyzer tends to be here. And so the Glitch is kind of in between where it like flips up a little bit, and so I don't want to throw it on a hyzer angle that I'm not as comfortable with. I do need to get more comfortable with it just to get better in general, but I prefer to more throw the stock hyzers. And so this one, I feel like if I throw that and I throw it right at the basket, it's gonna finish way right. But if I expect it to flip up and I throw it at the basket, it's not gonna flip up and go right at it. It's gonna kind of dump left. And so that's definitely something to learn. But this Spore, just for me, tends to fit my stock releases slightly better, I'd say. Surprisingly, I really did not expect that. Like, the Glitch has like been my go-to, one of my most favorite, most fun discs. And here I am, liking the Spore more. Confused, sad, and surprised. But excited that there's such a fun disc for me, but still weird. If there's another hole to ace, this is a top contender. Oh. Oh, okay, better height, okay. Too straight. The wet one. Ah, shoot. I'm pretty happy with that spread, to be honest. Thought the first one was in, but it just kept gliding. It really does have so many of the same characteristics as that glitch does, including being an incredible putter for me. It's like a little blunter. Like, this is definitely more bladed, which means that is like more beveled, more bladed. That is like the most generous way of putting this super blunt 1-speed. But compared to the Spore, it is, and maybe that just means that it cuts through the air better, has an easier time moving straight instead of fading out. Better. Still too much though. Man, great height. I think after that ace and like feel like I'm throwing these pretty good, my hunger for aces has completely outweighed my desire to have a respectable round out here. So since they're so glidey and they're chain high, they're just going. 171, straight ahead. A little higher. Oh my. Mania Night one has to get an ace. Come on. Dang. I think the biggest difference that I've noticed is not quite the overstability, but it's more so the nose up sensitivity. The glitch has very little nose up sensitivity, and these have the typical nose up sensitivity. So if you throw nose up, you're gonna think these are a lot more overstable. When I've been throwing them neutral nose angle, they've been pretty dang straight. Like that. Oh my gosh! As you saw there, like the first one, I popped the nose up a lot more, and it just like wanted to get left, and this one just kind of stayed on the line to the left. That was helpful for me to realize that I threw that one nose up, because I think that's the main difference in the overstability, but this definitely would be the Glitch OS, or the Glitch X, or MVP. I don't think they have a naming system like that. Discmania I don't think does either. So I guess it'll be boring and just call it the Spore. Dang. Nice little flat shot, hey? Drop. In. Oh, deep. No, definitely need to turn these guys. I can do it. Oh, way too long. Man, that thing likes to be on the line though. If you guys comment about me needing to do CTP battles instead of these things, you're right, but I don't want to hear it. So is it right? No. Is it more fun? Yes. So we're gonna do it. You can throw, oh gosh, I was gonna say you could throw a little more spike isory with these. Not if you do that though. Whoop. Yeah, this definitely putts much more like a normal putter. Yeah, wow, that's kind of impressive, honestly. 243 right ahead, and we're actually going into a headwind now. See? Wow. Why are you so overstable? I thought that would stay straight. Great shot, though. Maybe I'm throwing these more nose up? Maybe? I'm honestly a little confused, because they seem to be less overstable, but also more at the same time. Oh my gosh, that was, why so long? And a little flex shot. It's got a shot, it's got a shot. Oh no, it's too far as well. Dang. I feel like the Spore is like a shot shaper glitch. The glitch just doesn't want to move his left or right. Like that one, even though it was 10 to 15 feet to the right of the basket at its apex, I still thought I had a chance of getting back left. But it is that little bit deeper. I almost wonder if the new plastics of the glitch, maybe a fission glitch, that'd be sweet. The Eclipse one, which is a little bit more max weight, I still didn't find that much difference. But this Spore being a slightly blunter shape, I definitely think has a different flight to what the glitches have for me, ever so slightly. Dang. Definitely find it harder to pop these flat because of the extra depth and the extra shoulder, but I'm not putting as bad with them as I thought I would. Okay, that's the difference. You see how instead of drifting flat, it was like turning more? I think that's the main difference. That one's more overstable. It's gotta be. No! Drop, drop, drop. Oh gosh. One last ace. We'll throw the stones first. Oh my. No. No, not gonna swing enough. That will do it. Oh. little tank. I lied, one more shot of glory. Oh gosh. Dang. Way too straight. Oh. Oh my gosh.